This week's video is a lavender and hyaluronic acid gel face mask. Here is the formula and recipe for a 100-gram batch. Remember, formulas are always written in percent, adding to 100. So to convert your formula into any batch weight, see my earlier video on calculating batches. I'll link that below. So first, to make this gel mask, we need to add our glycerin to a beaker. I'm using vegetable glycerin. I'm adding this first because I'm going to use it to disperse my thickener and also my mica. The thickener I'm using is Sologum AX. This is an Acacia Senegal gum coated xanthan gum. It creates a beautifully non-sticky gel consistency and it doesn't clump. It's extremely easy to work with and it's water soluble. So I'm going to be using 2.5 grams of this because I also have the gel consistency coming from the hyaluronic acid stock that I'm using later. So add that in. And then the next ingredient we're going to include is a bit of purple mica. This just adds the colour and goes with our lavender theme. And then we're going to mix these two together really well into the glycerin, and then that will just help disperse it more. Although I've not tried it, I do have a feeling that it will disperse fine in water anyway, because it's so easy to work with. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. You can get it from Alexmo Cosmetics I think they're in Germany. Just don't buy it all because as I said in my vlog the other day, I really like it and I do want to be able to get hold of it still. But yeah, it's lovely to work with, so give it a go. So once that's thoroughly combined, you can add your hyaluronic acid 1% stock. I've put it in at 30%, which gives us a 0.3% inclusion. This is enough to gain the benefits without the product costing too much to make. Remember that the skin also benefits highly from the glycerin that we added. The hyaluronic acid stock that I'm using is sodium hyaluronate, which gives a nice gel-like stock and adds to the consistency of the product. If you're using a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, you'll need to increase the Sologum to create your gel, as the low molecular weight hyaluronic acid won't gel. And then you just mix all of that up until it's combined, and then we're ready for our next ingredient. Instead of plain distilled water, I'm using Lavender Hydrosol. It adds the lavender scent to the product, seeing as that's our theme, and it's also said to have a regenerative effect on the skin, making this a good product to try for those suffering from dry skin, acne, irritations, etc. It also freshens the skin and helps to reduce redness. So I'm just mixing that thoroughly into our gel. Then finally, since this is an aqueous product, we're using a preservative. I'm using Saligard PCG. It's a broad spectrum water soluble preservative that works very well in things like this. So pop that in and make sure you mix it super thoroughly, and you'll see as you're mixing it the consistency gets to the gel type consistency you want. If you want it thicker than this, just simply up the Sologum content. To apply this mask, you simply put it on your face and leave it for 15 to 20 minutes and then wash off, and you gain all the benefits from it. It's also very soothing, so I really like this mask, so definitely give it a try. You can substitute the hydrosol for plain distilled water if you prefer, but if you then want to add a fragrance, you'll need to use a solubilizer, as this is obviously an aqueous product, so it wouldn't mix otherwise. Alternatively, you could use a different hydrosol, like rose or maybe orange, depending on what you prefer. You will need to adjust the pH of this product. Mine came out at about 7, so I adjusted it down with a 50-50 citric acid and water stock and added a few drops until it came down to around 5, and then that's fine for this product. And then I just filled these little pet jars that I have, and it's ready to use. If I was selling this product, the next thing I'd do would be to do my microbiome testing with my CRBS dip slides. If you haven't watched that video, then I highly recommend it. That's linked below. If you did like this video, please subscribe. I will be posting more formulas. You might also like my other gel mask formula over on my Patreon. I post 2 exclusive formulas there a month, along with a guaranteed reply to any messages within 24 hours. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.